So, a big mistake I constantly see amateur runners making is the overprescription of intensity. And this is even more relevant for the older athletes, or the older you get, as you can handle less and less intensity. For example, if you're training for the full marathon or the half marathon, 200 meter repeats, 400 meter repeats, and even VO2 max repeats are super unnecessary. Your half and full marathon performance is going to be impacted by, firstly and mainly, your aerobic energy system function. Secondly, your neuromuscular function, so like how much force you can apply into the ground, that sort of thing, and then also your biomechanics, the way you run. Now, people could say doing high intensity repeats is going to improve all three, but it's not going to drastically improve aerobic energy system function for the intensities you need it for the long endurance events. Neuromuscular function can be improved in the gym by doing sprints without as much damaging fatigue on the tissues and your nervous system as what high intensity repeats do. And then biomechanics really doesn't need to be improved. For most people, it isn't a main factor if you're an amateur runner, but if so, probably doing drills and stuff in the gym is going to be better for that than doing high intensity repeats. As for most amateur runners, their anaerobic threshold is below their half marathon intensity. So even doing threshold work is going to be above race pace. People will say, oh, we need to develop our speed. And I agree. If speed is a limiting factor for someone, it needs to be developed. But sprints, lift weights, do extensive, maybe intensive plyometrics, and bleed in high intensity work throughout your aerobic work, preferably in the form of fartlek. Fartleks are golden. And even doing threshold work, as it is above race pace, it will still improve your speed. So what should you do? If it's going to be one intensity for a session, tempo, sub-threshold, threshold work is definitely more than enough intensity to improve your half or full marathon performance. But if you want to improve speed, definitely sprint, lift weights, and do fartleks. Fartleks will be your best friend. Fartlek is where you oscillate above anaerobic threshold, tempo intensity, basically at oscillations of intensities. This will not only develop your aerobic system function for your half and full marathon performance, but it will also allow you to bleed in some high intensities to, run faster. This may lack a little bit of structure, but I hope this helps in some capacity for you. Don't do 200 meter, 400 meter VO2 max repeats if you're an amateur half or full marathon runner. Cheers.